Yeah, as Disco said that, the whole thing started with me reaching out to Vince, who I dealt with before in the UK, and he'd been on the Dirty Sheets before, and said I want to come on and explain everything. And from there, we've ended up with me doing stuff for Russo, and Russo from the beginning said to me, "What do you want to do this?" I said, "I want to do this show. I've always wanted to do this show." And this is the deal that we have. I do Vince's show, Vince does my show, and this is where we're at with it. But what we're going to do with the show, what the show is going to be about, is the way it's going to be done. It's going to be monthly, so we're going to limit the commitment that people have to make, because we know there's a lot of shit out there. So we're going to do a monthly show for between an hour 15 and an hour and a half, and we're going to go month by month. So when we launch in November the 23rd, it's going to be Vince's background coming into the business. When we do the December show, it's going to be looking at where the wars sit in December 1996, and then when we do episode 3 in January 2021, we're going to be looking solely at January 97, and we're going to move forward like that. So February 2021 is going to be February 1997. So it's a 3-year plan. It's a 3-year show with a minimal commitment to just listening once a month. So that's how we want to do it, because I know there's a lot of stuff out there, and I feel doing it this way is the best way that we're going to retain the audience, and people will be able to actually finish the show as opposed to.
Okay, well, are you going to be going over his WCW tenure too?
Of course, when we get there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be independently fact checking that show for the accuracy and Vince's statements, since I was actually in the room when a lot of those booking decisions were made. So I will be an independent fact checker for this show when you do the WCW content.
Well, that's
as an eyewitness.
You can't fact check someone's perspective.
Well, I can fact check. Well, Vince likes to. I know what Vince will do if an angle stinks. He'll blame it on me and Ed. That's exactly what he'll do. I'll tell you right now. If you're talking about an angle that went wrong,
now
Vince will absolutely blame me and Ed for that idea. 100%.
Now, Vince, would you agree? You know that old song by Frank Sinatra, "My Way," where he says, "I've had regrets, few but not too few to mention," or however the line went. You know what I'm talking about?
Conan, I'm still having a hard time. I still cannot believe I haven't gotten over this in the last 18 years. In 2002, I actually recommended to Vince McMahon that I wanted to bring in Disco to write with me. You talk about regrets, bro. I look back at that time and I'm like, what were you thinking about? My mind, bro.
Right. Right.
Can you imagine this guy in a room with Vince McMahon?
Yeah, you'd be fired.
That is an absolutely horrible thing to say.
I would like to say that I love the Sam Elliott, Sean Connery look you're rocking right now. It looks very nice.
Thank you very much, Conan. Thank you. Conan, do you ever hear the Vince McMahon story about Disco? The only time Vince McMahon ever brought Disco up?
No.
Well, first of all, let's go back in time to the fact that I was silhouetting Disco in the WWF magazine because I wanted to bring Disco in.
I remember.
Okay. So Bruce Prichard.
So you'd already talked to Disco about this?
No.
Okay. I had to talk. I got called by Cornette.
You didn't get called, and then you got Bruce.
Two calls from Cornette.
As who Rockabilly was.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So two calls from Cornette.
Yes.
Basically, the exact same telephone call each time, just checking on my status. Because back then, I'm sure they still have it now. They have the 4-month no compete clause when you get terminated. Yeah. So I was just giving him my status.
So, of course, Conan, the way the WWE works, the way Bruce Prichard still works today, I had to go to Bruce. Bruce was talent relations. Bro, get this Disco Inferno. The guy's entertaining as hell. And, of course, bro, Bruce has the conversation with Glenn. And because I want him in, Bruce has to find every reason in the world not to bring him in. So his answer to me was he didn't like Disco's answers to his questions. So I knew right away there, okay, dickhead, you don't want Glenn. You're going to block him because I want him in the WWE. That's how Prichard is to this day. That's why the company's doing 1.6 million viewers. So then Vince has to hire me back because their numbers are going in the and I bring up Disco. Okay? So, bro, sure enough, Conan, Vince green lights it. Vince, whatever you want to do, let me bring you in first. A couple weeks, once you get your feet wet, we'll bring in your friend. Okay? Bro, the very next time I meet with Vince, straight face, bro, Vince, I heard some disturbing. I got some disturbing information about your friend Glenn. So immediately, I know the disturbing information came from Prichard. Like you don't even have to tell me. So, bro, Vince tells me with a straight face, Vince, is it true that he came up with an angle to do an alien invasion? Bro, dead serious. I literally laughed in Vince's face. Bro, but that's how Prichard sold it to him. Like, Vince, you do know that this guy wanted to do an alien takeover. And I'm like, Vince, it was a freaking joke. The fact that, and I knew it was Prichard, I said the fact that somebody stooged that off to you is even funnier than the original joke.
Plus, you're not bringing him in to write. So what's the difference?
No, at that point, I wanted to bring him into right.
Oh, you wanted to bring him into right. Oh, I thought you wanted to bring him in to and be with Honky Tonk Man.
Originally.
Two different times.
Yeah. But in 2000.
Oh, so you're going to bring him in as a writer?
Yeah.
We'd probably have no WWE, so I don't know if he did us a favor or not. But
yeah, so Vince actually brought the invasion.